Orphe?
Candle.
What's it like, being able to see, divergent time streams?
More often than not, we really don't know if they're divergent until we get there. Sometimes enough context clues reveal that we're looking at a future that belongs elsewhere.
Like, say if I'm an Ormic sky sailor, and everyone's acting like I've always been one.
Exactly. Some are fun like that. Divergent pasts, though, they are invariably disturbing to experience.
You can see alternate pasts? How does that even work?
The wound is how. It can actually swallow up bits of history if they're not careful.
Hold up a sec, Sandrak mentioned this. I thought he was just trying to fuck with my head.
Afraid not. And sometimes the wound even regurgitates those out. Little bits of the half-eaten past. Afterwards, history has to re-knit itself as best it can. It obviously can't get all the details right, as unwhole as it's become, and anachronisms seep in and never happen. You'll go half mad if you look at that for too long.
When the magic went away, how'd you handle it? I can only imagine how it affected your perception of time.
It was horrible. No one should have to live with linearity. It's like a story with no width. Worse, even.
What do you mean?
Atemporal sight is hard to explain. Imagine a sentence. In Lucium, it's read from left to right. In the spectrum of seers, though, that sentence is multidimensional. It can be moving towards you, or angling outward by 60 degrees, or...
Like spinning on an axis?
Yes. Every sentence a sphere. A book of them like foam. Extrapolate that from the written word to all forms of perceiving the world. The absence of it was almost suffocating.
Sorry, I'm still stuck at book foam.
We're unable to convey how much you have given back to us, Candle.
Good chat, Orphe.
We'd like to give you
Are
something.
you sure? What for?
Just consider it a kindness repaid, my little Candle.
Magister?
Friend!
If you don't mind me asking, what was it like for you when your magic went away?
The worst of it was when we hid behind the walls here. I could feel my spells like they were phantom limbs, itching in my mind if I didn't think about them, bringing a headache if I did. Those ghostly shackles were hell. Some of the other Magni swore they smelled a waxy smoke that wouldn't go away until the shackles did.
What, like a candle?
When blown out, yes, exactly that. My life's work has been devoted to the spreading of magic for the privileged few. I wish I had done more for the lightless, now having been one, even if just for that small amount of time.
Headed back north?
That's a good question. I may go elsewhere first. I'm working up the courage to take a trip to the Elori territories, beyond the Orenthals.
Really?
My conscience wants me to. My head thinks it's a terrible idea. But a sizable portion of Lucium's great families rely on House Belming to ensure their heirs are born with magic. That means I am directly responsible for some of the wound's growth. A small part, maybe, but not one I can ignore.
Now that you know the truth about the Elori?
Indeed. I hope that they might give me a deeper understanding of the Pentasard's intended cycle of magic, and try to work out the best way to accommodate it on a large scale. And with my influence in the north, I might get some of the great families to listen to that understanding.
That, Magister, that would be like so insanely helpful. Thank you. All right, Belming. I should go.
closer.
They don't bite, you know. The Allori?
They most certainly do, sir. And if they can smell my bloodline as well as they can your magic, I'm not long for this world.
What are you talking about?
It's not something I'm proud of, sir, especially in light of recent revelations. My family can trace its lineage all the way back to the Arjamon tribes of the Enduolo. They were famous Allori standard bearers.
I promise you, Silas, that your ancestors were not Allori.
That's not what I meant, sir. In those days, the Magni would have some of their most honored lightless carry standards and banners made of Allori. Well, I think you can guess, sir. They thought it would absorb the magic of their enemies in battle.
That's one of the worst things I have ever heard. Ever.
It was thousands of years ago, sir, but blood travels fine. It's not just the Magni that have to make amends. We lightless have our great share of it, too.
So, what's next for you?
I've asked the new Grand Magnus for a transfer to the front, sir. My family's still stationed there, and no one knows if Rasharn will truly pull back now. But the airship ride will do me good. Give me time to reflect on things. The battle over the wound, the sight of the living Pentasod.
What about him?
For one, I didn't expect him to be so shredded.
Right?
And it really made me ask myself, if here I am, a lightless idiot, fighting at the end of the world when Kirkin of the Immortals wouldn't, when the Magnus King of Lavenry sent no help or hope, or the Allori, who we've oppressed for so long, still sent both, then why do I think myself lesser compared to the dynastic lords and ladies of magic that failed to show? It's because they made me think that, sir.
Don't forget that when you get to the front, Silas Meade. I'd better go. Lordship.
Jack?
I've heard that assassins and the Order of the Oathsworn don't really get along in Calthus.
Ex-brands are a quintessentially Lucian institution. I can't blame the Calthusians, really. Every murder is an oath-breaking of some kind. The premise of our existence doesn't align well with their traditions.
Did that ever come up with Zendara?
No. But then she's considered a progressive here.
Oh, really?
Ah, you're referring to her inconsiderate and woeful attitudes towards the unforeseen.
Just a smidgen.
Then let me amend. Zendara's nothing if not a pragmatist. She has no problem with the utility of sanctions.
We've got a long road ahead of us. Rebuilding the Immortals.
And new enemies to shield ourselves against back home. Luckily, I know the game well.
I know I should, but I just don't get that. After what we did for Aveum...
Lucium is Lucium before it's Aveum, Jack.
See, you say that, it just doesn't stick.
It's because you're good.
That's a nice way of saying I'm naive.
Don't do that. It might not feel like it yet, but you've started a revolution. It's small now because the implications of a human-Allori alliance aren't fully understood. Those implications need good people to see them through. It's my job to do the wicked work needed to make sure that no one stands in their way.
Talk to you later, Hauser. Ambassador Damley?
Hello, Jack.
Zendara taking command of the Immortals. Will it have your support at the Northern Court?
She was instrumental in getting so many of us from the Palathon here to Glavegate. She protected us from Ashan against all hope. What do you think, Jack?
I think Lavenry might see a chance to influence the Immortals in ways they couldn't when Kirkin was around.
I won't let them find some loophole in Lucium's treaties with Calthus. As weakened as this kingdom is, I owe it and its leader my life.
Thank you, Ambassador. I'm just...
Wary of those in power not seeing things clearly. I wonder why. But don't worry. The king is a good man, when I remind him to be.
The Allori have land in Calthus now. They have rights. For them to get the same in Lucium, that's going to be a hard sell to the king.
It's a hard sell to me, and I was here. Deposing Kirkin is one thing. Undoing generations of hate, fear, and mistrust is... You mustn't be naive at this juncture, Jack. The days after victory tend to bend back towards a life that most people want exactly the same as it was before.
You know we can't heal the wound without them.
I believe you. I just want you to realize that happy endings, they end one day.
I have to go, Ambassador. Grand Magnus?
I'm gonna get used to that. What's on your mind, Initiate?
Believe it or not, I don't do that well without orders.
Interesting. 'Cause you don't do well with orders. But hunt down Sandrak loyalists still active in Lucium and Calthus. Explore. Hone your skills and strengthen your magic. If you can.
Without the path, how are we going to do selection? To find more Immortals, I mean.
Who says she's gone? You came back.
And I reignited the fonts across Aveum.
Right. Including the one the path formed around. I wouldn't write her off just yet. Still, we'll need to rebuild a new fortress around it all.
There's a lot of airship workers in Saren that wouldn't mind a contract like that.
Good idea. I'll have Selko look into it.
Everything happened so quickly that we never had a chance to talk about Devon.
I don't want to. That whole month after the Palathon fell. Our magic gone. The survivors escaping here to Glavegate only to find it under constant siege. Trying to lead all those people without any sign of hope. I made a lot of peace with a lot of things back then. And Devon's death was one of them. He was my friend. He died a hero. That's enough for me.
I get it.
When things settle, maybe I'll visit his family in the Bracelet Isles off the coast of Lavenry. Pay my respects. You should come.
You bet. The whole thing that happened with Kirkin?
I'm not sure how I'm gonna handle that.
What do you mean?
She led our order for decades, Jack. And there's not a general in the Light's army that she doesn't have leverage on. And every one of the Lucian Magni houses owes her some kind of favor.
What? Even after she literally wanted to kill the thing that created their magic?
Time moves on. Things like that get forgotten quicker than you might expect. Lamenting what happened with Kirkin? Not as important as preparing for how she comes at us next.
Everything happened so quickly that we never had a chance to talk about Devon.
I don't want to. That whole month after the Palathon fell. Our magic gone. The survivors escaping here to Glavegate only to find it under constant siege. Trying to lead all those people without any sign of hope. I made a lot of peace with a lot of things back then. And Devon's death...
I get it.
When
you... Thought I'd check in.
Nothing to report here.
Captain Soko, what's new?
I'm just taking care of some logistics here for Grand Magnus Zendara before heading out to Lavenry. I thought I might try and see if there's any way to smooth things over with Kirkin.
Ha! Good luck with that.
Indeed. She's taken up residence at the royal court. My contacts report that she's maneuvering to become Lucium's new Chancellor of Foreign Affairs.
What? But that would give her...
An undeniable influence on Light's army maneuvers across Aveum. Correct. You can see why it's in everyone's best interest if, as a military attaché to the Immortals, I spoke to her directly.
The royal court is a dangerous place, Captain. Be careful.
I'm lightless in a world ruled by Magni, sir. I always have to be careful. I've got a lot to do, sir. It was good seeing you.